Familia, I appreciate you being here with me still. You could say that we've reached the end of, well, never mind the title, cause this is life and it's still being written. If you think about it, there is no end, just chapters and intersections. I'm at the intersection, somewhere between earth and heaven, birth and death and resurrection. Looking back on
Gina Butson, welcome to the show. It is 2022. So what does that mean for us? It means we are wrapping up season 1 of Real Estate. That in itself is pretty cool. So I had recorded the last episode. Of course, I came in here and started messing with stuff, and I shouldn't have. But anyway, it's so cold. So I came in here to edit the previous videos I've done, and you know, I've really been thinking about, why did I struggle so hard with this episode specifically? This has actually been the most difficult episode to not to record, because I've recorded maybe like 3 or 4 of this episode, and I just never had that feeling of, not accomplishment, the feeling that it was good enough. And so I think that's why I struggled so much when it came to editing this episode specifically. And so this morning when I came out here, first of all, it was 30 degrees. And in California, anything under 65, we start to kind of be crybaby beanie babies. So it's cold. It's a little bit. It actually, I'm like wide awake because it's freezing. When I first got out here, maybe I'll even put this clip in, because you know, I kind of was being crybaby beanie baby on Facebook last night. And you know, doing these episodes, man, it's demanding, it's stressful, it's challenging, it's a mix of emotions, you know. And after the year that I've had, which I'm so thankful for, because I never mean for it to sound negative or, you know, I had so many transactions this year, all that. And so I think it's so important. And I think that's why that was one of the things I really struggled with this podcast in general, not only in like the bigger picture of it, but just trying to fit this into my schedule, you know, trying to kind of make everybody happy, but at the same time, it's impossible. So and this is perfect. This is perfect for the best version of ourselves, you know, coming to an end. And what were your biggest challenges in 2021? This by far was probably my most difficult challenge. And I say that because I know it sounds kind of lame, but how lucky, how blessed am I truly that one of my biggest struggles was editing a video. And now that I say that out loud, it does sound completely ridiculous. I've had so many wins, but I do believe in order for you to continue to grow as a person and become the best version of yourself, you have to identify the struggles too. Like, you know, not that I don't celebrate my wins. Okay, but I don't celebrate my wins. So I think Man, you guys, I've really been going through it. I would say these last 3 to 4 weeks that I haven't been posting anything, like I was really burnt out. And looking back, it really was affecting me in my day-to-day, like what I did, how I reacted to things, my mindset, and so maybe a little part of why I struggled so much with this episode was having to face my own faults, challenges, and addressing, because when I come into this room and I start to talk, it's just me. It's just me, the microphone, and the cameras. And so, I on 3 of the previous recordings of this specific episode, I think what I'm going to have to do is, and this is going to be an editing nightmare, but hey, to become the best version of ourselves, we have to tackle our most painful thorns in our side. But I think there was a lot of good content in each one of the recordings I did, but things kept coming up and things kept happening that I wanted to incorporate in this last edition episode of season 1. And, that was huge. But I think because it wasn't perfect, I really kept avoiding it. You guys, I can't feel my toes. Oh my God, it's so cold in here. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just need you guys to know this is not easy, getting in here and doing this and acting as if I'm not freezing my ass off. Shit. All right. So getting back to the show. I think in order for us, and especially me included, being the best, this is really bothering me, being the best versions of ourselves, it truly is eye-opening. It's not easy. It's not easy to pick out what you don't like about yourself. And that doesn't even, that's not how I want it to sound. Maybe identifying something we're not strong at, because so 2022, we keep going around the house joking, saying there is no room for negativity in 2022. So we're trying to make it nothing but positive energy in our own home. And so yesterday, this entire weekend, I've been going around the house, and Daenerys would bark at Bubba, and then I would yell Daenerys, you can keep that negativity outside. And we laugh about it. But I mean, yes, it's a joke, but at the same time, I know she's a dog, so that's not my point. My point is that identifying negative things when they happen and removing them, I think is going to be key for me this year. And if I feel something is affecting my energy, then I need to take a step back. And that was one of the big things I have struggled with these past 4 weeks with the show, because it's so hard to come out here and feel like a failure. It was really hard coming out here, and my mom would ask when an episode was coming out. Lizzie would ask hey, what's going on? And it was hard. It was hard because on this specific episode, I've probably lost 3 days. And all of that effort and time is wasted. And so I kind of had to take a step back and say, okay, I'm not in a place to, wow, this is like, it's such a trip, guys. It's a trip because every time I come out here, and I know I say this all the time, but when I come out here, I never know what I'm going to say. And every time I start recording, I'm not sure where the show's going to take me. I'm not sure where the content, or even, sometimes I think I'm going to come out here and talk about the best version of us or ourselves. And then it just like turns into whatever it wants. And I think that is something I'm going to have to accept and let happen, and not be, we're definitely our like hardest, or worst critics, right? So maybe moving forward, look, can you see me thinking about what I'm going to say? Because I'm like, maybe what I need to do is just let it be. Record, edit, and, maybe it's the editing that is hideous. There's no way to say it. So maybe rolling out my podcast first, because the sound, I don't edit that. So like, bye. I could just literally hit upload right after I shut off the recorder. I was like, let me make sure I'm recording, because it's happened a few times, and God, does that suck. So I think what I'm going to do is just let it be, and not be so hard on myself, and not re-record an entire episode. I just need to let it go. So I think in order for us to be the best versions of ourselves is identifying and kind of giving yourself a break. Like, come on, Gina, you just had a phenomenal year. You reinvented yourself yet again. And I have big plans for 2022. I have big plans for this year. I'm wearing one of my new shirts. And I love it. I have seen, okay, let me think about this. I gave out, I think I ordered 12 shirts originally. I think. And 3 of them were mine, because they're polos and they're stitched and blah, blah, blah. But I did give out some shirts that I did not receive a picture of you wearing it. Although I'm going to give Maria Bruno, Loan Depot, Maria Bruno, ladies and gentlemen, she actually showed up. How cool is this? Okay. So I'm hosting an open house with Jessica Robinson, who was absolutely amazing at the open house. And I actually want to start doing open houses with her, just because the energy, the fun, and getting to spend time with also a newer agent, and sharing stories and sharing experiences. I left that open house. I was so happy. It was such a good experience. And so thank you, Jessica, for spending that Sunday with me. And I had a really good time. It was fun. And we got a lot of nice stuff. Thanks, Larry and Lana. And so, okay, reeling in Gina. Okay. So Maria Bruno shows up, and she brings, the little swag bag, and it has like a lot of Loan Depot stuff, and it has the lip stuff Kelly loves, so score, and just a lot of goodies. And then Maria had on a jacket because it was freezing, of course. And she's like, hey, and she kind of opens up her jacket a little bit, and she was wearing my shirt. And I just thought, how effing cool is that? And it was just before Christmas. She was actually headed to the mall to go shopping. And she was in my shirt. Like, oh my gosh, just cool. Alex sent me a picture of him wearing his. Brett had his on at Christmas, and I didn't get a picture like an idiot. So I'm going to have to reach out to Brett and tell him, send me a picture. Brandon sent me a picture. I'm going to post it. I'm not even going to ask him. I'm just going to do it. He's wearing the shirt, and he was at the gym, and he's like in his boxing gloves. It's super cute. So I'll have to do that too. So this is exactly why being the best version of yourself is so important, and surrounding yourself. Oh my God, I don't want to cry. Surrounding yourself with people that support you and love you and wear your shirt. I know it sounds so silly, but even the Facebook post that I did and Kelly's singing. I mean, she was wearing my shirt that night. Like, how cool is that? So, celebrating the small wins and just being more positive for me is key in 2022. And helping more families and helping more friends and helping, so many people have been reaching out to me, calling about just asking advice or help or, relocating. It's actually really cool to reflect back on 2021. And this time around, I wasn't scared. Starting over again, I knew I could do it. So it wasn't so much starting over. It was more shedding a layer of who I used to be and embracing change. And I think that's been one of my favorite sayings since I can remember, was embrace change. And that's really played a huge role in my life. And roll with the punches, like embrace it. I can't change it. It's gonna happen. I have to just accept and embrace. Things always change. There's always gonna be something or someone getting in my way. No, I'm just kidding. No, but there's always gonna be truly something or someone that tries to either take your energy, steal your ideas. There's always going to be something. So I do believe that this is the year of bigger ideas and helping more families and spending more time with my family and friends and my nephews and my cousins. I just went shopping with my cousin. Wait, I start to pull this and I thought this is going to hit me in the face, and I'm like, come on, Gina. Oh, I got to fix this. It's so annoying. So anyway, trying to make time for my family and friends, and not having that affect my clients. It is a balance, and trying to learn how to spin so many plates. I love when Wolf says that. It's so true. We are professional problem solving, multi-plate spinning fools. It's so true, but you can't drop any. So I think that's the secret, is spinning as many plates as you can at the same time and not dropping any. And being able to say no if you can't spin another plate. And I think that is, it's okay. You know, it's okay to say no and not spin a plate that you can't, because I think that's where it's going to start. You know, you start making mistakes. You start, you know what? This is what's wrong. I figured it out. Okay. So I think this is exactly why in order for me to be the best version, I have to take care of myself, my family, and put me first, because we can get lost so easy, and we can get consumed by something negative, or, you know, anything, change, embrace it. And so I don't know. I think lately there has been a lot of negative surrounding me, and I didn't identify it until after it took my energy. And so for 2022, I highly recommend that you protect yourself and your energy, and don't just let anybody take a piece of you. You know, one of my friends, actually, he's not a friend, but I have a feeling he's going to become a very close friend of mine very soon, like quickly, meaning, because he reached out and he was just wanting to talk to someone about something so important to him. And we don't really know each other that well, but we've been at some events, some work events together. And, you know, when he called, he was super cute about it. And full disclosure, he was just like, you know, this is very personal and, you know, la, 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 la. And I said, I am the right person for you to talk to, you know, because here I'm about to put you on blast on my podcast. No, but it was energy. I love his energy, and he loved my energy, and he needed support from someone who he knew understood and was real, you know? And I think one of my biggest challenges for myself, you know, was overcoming my own fears of, like, really accepting who I was. And, you know, in order for me to be the best version of myself, I had to face my biggest fears and what kind of was a negative energy. And for me, it was accepting, oh gosh, it was accepting I was gay and being okay with it, you know, going to Catholic school and being raised Catholic and, you know, knowing right from wrong. And it was such a hard thing for me to accept. And I didn't want to. So of course my own denial, I mean, I kissed my first girl, I think I was 4 years old, and we crawled under the bed and we kissed, and then we never talked about it again, ever. I was 4 years old, like, but I knew to hide. I knew not to just do that in front of anyone. Like, so what? I was kissing someone. So I think, see what I mean? This show just takes me everywhere. And I'm just going to let it, because before I was so worried about, not what anyone thought, but I guess it was like, well, what if someone doesn't like, and what if, and I really should be talking about, credit scores and, 20% down payment is a lie. It is one of the biggest, like, top 10 myths ever. And so I think I need to just let it be. And circling back to what I said earlier, stuff's going to come out in these podcasts of who I am and where I've been and what I've done. It's the remix. It's you getting to know me. Yes, I kissed my first girl when I was 4 years old, and I knew to hide. Yeah, let me tell my therapist that. Just kidding. But gosh, guys, life is such a wonderful journey, and just being able to share this and my experiences with you guys. And, so many people have reached out regardless of personal, just needing some support and love and understanding. I'm here. And I never say your name on here. Unless you want me to, or don't send me a picture because I'm blasting you on the next episode. But this episode, guys, to close out 2021, I'm so thankful, because I have to cry on every episode, so here it goes. I'm just kidding. I'm really blessed because just to have the support of my family and friends and clients, like right before Christmas, one of my clients who I spoke about it was like way in the earlier episodes. It was Melissa and Bo, and I helped them get a house in Oakley. And they, this is the transaction where I helped build the fence. I went and got the fence boards at Home Depot and was like fighting with the guys on which boards, there was none. So, slim pickings, and I was there. It was like 7 a.m. But they sent me, flowers. No. Sorry. Rewind. They sent me an edible arrangement and balloons. And so Kelly walks in the house and she's like, "Who sent you that?" And I was like, "What?" And I was all, "My client." And she's like, "Okay, well, one of the balloons says, 'I love you' on it." And I start busting up laughing. And I could see where that probably wouldn't go over well in a different situation. And let me explain, please. I'd be kind of mad if Kelly got a "I love you" balloon. But then when I said, "Babe, it's from Scuba Steve and Scuba Steve's wife." And she knew because when we were getting their house, there was a spot in the pool. And so we had an inspector come, and Bo jumped in the pool. He had the scuba mask on and he jumped in the pool, and we were like inspecting what it was, if it was a piece of rebarb, like coming through the pool, or was it a kid just threw a penny in and forgot to get it out? Like, there's different scenarios it could have been. So we needed to make sure it wasn't like a really big deal. It could be, an easy patch or whatever. And so ever since he did that, he was nicknamed Scuba Steve. Come on. He scuba dove into there and was checking it out. He's Scuba Steve. And that was what the card said. Like, oh my gosh, how cute is that? And And that is my reason for what I do. You know, they got to spend Christmas in their brand new, beautiful home. And, you know, Melissa's mom lives with her and they have 2 kids, and a dog. What a great story. They had 2 dogs. And I got to be a part of that. Like, I got to share that with them. And the experience was so great that months later, they still thought about me and sent me a gift thanking me and that they were so happy. Like, that is exactly why I do what I do, to help people achieve not only their dream of home ownership, because they owned a home, but they were selling their home that they grew up in, and for a bigger home. And it was an upgrade. It's a big deal. Like, anytime you relocate, sell, like, if you haven't sold a house and moved in the last 5 years, you know, I don't want to scare anyone, but, you know, it's not easy. It is challenging. I mean, first of all, who likes to move anyway? Nobody. And if you say yes, then you're a mover and you get paid to do that, because you're lying. No, I would like to upgrade and move. So maybe I should be the one raising my hand saying, you know, time to upgrade. But that's possibly on my 2022 goal list. If you haven't written down your goals, it's not too late. It's never too late to better yourself. It's never too late to address and embrace change. Just wrap your arms around it and just love it. So, best versions of yourselves. Time to rip off another layer and identify where or what you could work on to better yourself. So cliche, but in order for me to be the best version of myself, I have to be healthier. And this is not easy to talk about, because my weight has been a challenge since I was like 23, maybe. I could probably go back to pictures. And, you know, I love the meme that says, if I could go back to when I first thought I was fat, or something like that. And oh my God, I was so skinny. So I think that is going to be, and this kind of gets incorporated in the negativity piece, because when you talk about yourself, you cannot joke about yourself in a negative way. So, like, I almost said, like, my weight now versus high school, like, in my mind, I was thinking, well, shit, I'm twice the woman I was in high school, like, ha, ha, ha. But because it's still being negative, because I'm talking down to myself, even though I'm like joking about it, it's not okay. Like, that is me sabotaging my own energy. So when you talk about yourself in any capacity, it cannot be negative. You cannot joke to make light of the situation. So for me, you know, I have to remember it's me. I have to care for me. I have to be nice to me. I have to not be mean to me, and just let it be. So moving forward, that's going to be super like priority for me, is protecting my energy, whether it's from myself or protecting from others, you know, trying to take it. Cause I do feel like we all have friends who I like to refer to as vampires, who don't have the best energy, and they latch onto you and take your energy because they're energy suckers, like taking it. And then they leave you feeling like $1 million and you've just bled out. Like, why do we let this happen? Like, oh my God, stop. Like, no, if I see someone that has fangs, chupacabra, if I see someone that has fangs, like walking towards me, man, I am done out. This is 2022. Like, this is definitely not a new, what is it? New year, new me. No, this is the same me, just not putting up with you. So protect that energy, guys. You know, be the best versions of yourselves. Don't tear down yourself. Like, build. Man, we are all we got, guys. We get one shot at this. One. Got to make the best of it. So hopefully, okay, how do I say this not negative? So moving forward, as I focus on being more healthier in 2022, I hope you guys can actually see a little bit of change in my weight. I don't know how that's not negative. It's actually putting myself out there to be held accountable. Like, you know, now that I've said it, and if you don't see a change, I mean, then I'm just blowing smoke. No, that was when I first walked in this stupid. Oh, that's negative. Ah! Oh, thank God I have a heater in here and I'm not freezing and you can't see my breath anymore. How about that? All right, you guys, come on. Year of positivity. And first person to leave a comment in the YouTube section, because I know you guys are all subscribers, right? Go ahead. The first person to leave a comment, I'll send you a shirt. I will send you a brand new Real Estate Remix t-shirt. And you better send me a picture of you wearing it, damn it. Now I sound like my grandma. This is great. I love it. Great energy. Can you feel it? Come on. Wait, are you trying to latch on to me? Like, all right, you guys. Man, what an ending to season 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. God bless. Happy New Year. May all your dreams come true. If they don't, call me. I might be able to help you out. Gina Butson.
Oh my God.
I love you. I love you guys so, so much. Don't stop. Don't stop believing. I'm not cutting that out either, because guess what? I ain't editing nothing. All right, you guys. I love you. Let it be. Keep those vampires away. All right. Take care. Happy New Year. Bye.
Gina. I like Gina.
You like Gina?
Yeah. Gina, name Gina. I want Gina butt.
Familia, I appreciate you being here with me still. You could say that we've reached the end of, well, never mind the title. This is life and it's still being written. If you think about it, there is no end, just chapters and intersections. I'm at the intersection, somewhere between earth and heaven, birth and death and resurrection. Looking back on the map of my life, reflecting and rapping my introspection. The curses and stress and learning of lessons, losing direction. The pain and depression's what made me mix music and message. And it took so much to get here, but now the view is majestic. I guess these many grays then gave me perspective. I've seen it sometimes right behind the grief is hiding the blessings, and other times it is what it is, and the globe still spins. We cry those tears and dry them off.